let me know we're live. Perfect. So we are back. Probably, technical issues due to the high number of people joined to this exciting event. So I just started to say that during this week we had the judgment process with our judges. They were super impressed by your apps, by your creativity, and by the ideas that you came up with. And as Monday.com employees and company, we had our imagination and ideas on which apps will be built during this week, but we really were surprised from some of the creative ideas, and we were super excited about them and really want to share the feedback from the judges that it was really hard process for them. So, speaking on prizes, I would just want to remind you the different prizes that we are gonna have today. So we're gonna have six prizes for the grand prize, second place, best app in each location. And as the choice was super hard, we got an approval to get another prize for the mentor's choice. Um, and as Alessio mentioned before, I just want to emphasize again the major part of the prizes is about submitting your apps to the marketplace, and we really want to encourage and embrace your amazing apps to the millions of users of Monday.com. And this is why apps that will submit it to the marketplace will get the full prize as mentioned here. And we also want to encourage all of you, the winners and the people that were not going to win the official prizes, to submit your apps to the marketplace, because we see the hackathon only as the begin. It's just the beginning. And we are gonna promote each app that will be submitted to the marketplace really soon, with a lot of marketing materials and more promotions from Monday side. And I want to share with you, as the product manager that leading AI in Monday, we really put a lot of investment in this domain, and we really want to see more and more apps, and we are gonna to allow you more locations to have your apps, more tools to help you to build even greater apps in our marketplace. So really stay tuned, because it's really just the beginning. And I think I spoke enough, and I think it's just about time to see the finalists. So back to you, Alessia.
Correct. Thanks a lot. And I'm really extremely excited to see the finalists now. And I'm even more excited just to repeat what you said, that everybody that joined the hackathon and have their app, even people from previous hackathons, they still have ability to uh, complete their app and launch it into the marketplace, correct? So that's not the end if you didn't want the main prize. So people still can reach out and still can join the Monday app marketplace, if I'm not mistaken. Or I want just your confirmation really quick.
Yes, of course. We wait for everyone to join our marketplace.
I see that people are writing in the chat still that they build an app and the app is completely good and they put a lot of effort into this, but they didn't want. So that's absolutely fine because you still have the ability to launch on the marketplace and to get this opportunity to launch your product, and get first users on the Monday app marketplace. Okay, I don't want to take much of the time because I really want to see the apps that were built. And we have the first team, which is the adaptive app, and we have Amelia here. Amelia, give us the notice that you're here. I want just to
Yes,
showcase you how many people we have on the stream. Could you please turn on the camera and start streaming?
it's not working the camera for me because I had
That's
to change the
fine.
settings and then I have to leave the call and come back in. But
That's
so
perfectly fine. So let's have the presentation of adaptive app. We are ready for your screen share and tell us what you have built over these 3 days.
perfect. Can you see my screen?
Just a second, it's loading. Once it's loading, you can start talking, I believe, about your product.
Okay. So really quickly, I'm just going to introduce myself. My name is Amalia. I am a product marketing manager for Adaptivist, and our product is called AI Smart Forms for Monday.com. And this idea we've kind of gotten from marketing specifically, where forms is obviously a very important part of Monday, but we kind of wanted it to take it to the next level, where it can do some specific features for you to kind of make analyzing data a little bit easier, make your life specifically in marketing just a little bit easier as well. Can you see my screen now, or?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna get right into it then. So as you can see, we have a board open right now with a bunch of information. This is actually information from a form that we sent out just asking about AI, and all the incoming answers have been recorded in this board. So there's a couple cool things that our app can do. The first one is the feature called Categorize Replies. So this is a great way to kind of categorize all your replies with tags, so you can easily understand what each answer is kind of, what it means.
Amelia,
So if
excuse me for
yes.
interrupting. Could you please zoom the screen a bit? Because people say that it's a bit hard to read.
Oh, okay. Let me
Thanks a lot.
see. Would I just zoom in directly from? Is that better? Yes? No?
Yeah, way better. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. I'll zoom out and then to show. Okay, so the first one is categorize replies. So this basically allows you to generate tags in a column that the AI app will create for you. And you can just organize and categorize the responses in a much easier way, specifically if you want to have a quick analysis or filtering of the information. So let's go ahead right into it. So this is the first thing you're going to see. The first column the first drop-down menu allows you to select the questions. So I'm going to go ahead and just select probably just one for this one. And then you can choose a column. In this case, I'm going to create a new tag column because it hasn't been created yet. And then we're going to go with generate tags. So as you can see on the top, it said the tag column has been created. If I move to the right, there you have the tag column. So right now it's just loading and taking in all the responses and organizing it. And at some point you will see the tags will start dropping down here. It does take a little bit of time. It's still, in development. It's something we need to work with Monday, I think, to kind of have it drop down a little bit faster. But as the tags show up, it's just a really easy way to filter out a bunch of information, especially sometimes when surveys have like 100 responses. You don't really have to go through each one individually. So now the tags have been created. Refresh the page. And then once it's loaded, main table, back, and there you have all the tags. So specifically, some answers were about Google search. Maybe this one was about text formatting, AI systems. So this is how you can just kind of organize and filter some of the answers coming in. So for the next feature we have for this app is called Extract Form Insights, which is my favorite, being in marketing. So let's go ahead and click on it. Again, the first thing that will pop up is an explanation. So this feature allows you to create a really concise summary of each questions and the answers that came in for that question asked on the form. And this will be created in a new board on the right, and it will show you a summary. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. So again, select the questions. I'm going to select all of them this time. So we had 5 in the form that we sent out, and that's all you have to do. And then you have to just add to board. And right now what it's doing is taking in all the answers that came in for every question asked and creating a really quick summary for all of them. And when you hover over the answers, it will just show you maybe the longer the answers were, or the more answers that were submitted for that question, the bigger or larger the summary will be. But it's just a really easy way to kind of understand what the results for a specific question were in a form, rather than, again, having you to individually look in every question and figure out a summary on your own. So I know I will be using this feature as being in marketing, as I tend to send out a lot of forms, or if you're in UX as well, for feedback. So it's just really useful. Again, it's just taking some time to kind of, oh, okay. Not really sure why that came up. It seems to be loading again. Let's go ahead and try one question. Okay, there we go. So refresh the page, and then you will have the board show up. And then I'm just going to drag out so you can see that each one of these were the questions that were asked in the survey. And then if you just hover over, you will have a summary of, these are short ones, but these are my favorites. So this is a summary, complete summary of all the answers that were received in the form, just consolidated into one paragraph. So again, really easy to extract and understand the results of a survey. So for the final feature, I'm gonna go ahead and use an other board that we have that makes more sense for this feature. So the difference with this board is we have name and email, which is required in order to use this feature, the specific feature, which is called personalized responses or get back to responders. So let's go ahead and click on this. Again, you will have a brief description on what's going to pop up or what this feature is. So this basically provides a tailored experience so you can generate personalized responses based on feedback. So if you want to follow up with a customer or anyone that responded to your surveys, this is a great feature to do it for. So let's go ahead into it. So how would you, I'm going to select one question. And then tone of response. So you have three options: conversational, professional, semi-formal. I want conversational because I want to follow up with the customer, get something going with them, and kind of generate more feedback for them if possible. You can go even into more detail and enter why. And I'll be probably asked for further information. And then let's go ahead and generate. So as you can see, it's already informed me that a new column was created. It will do it for you, called personalized feedback. And right now it's looking at what the customer has answered that is in the column already. And I guess it's a little bit cut off because of the zoom, but this is basically a personalized answer to that person, which you can then copy and paste and then send it to them throughout whatever format that you would like. And hopefully, generate a conversation with that client and thank them for answering your survey. And that's everything basically for what our app does at the moment and what we're working on. And thank you for listening.
Wow, that's really impressive. I should say that pretty complete project and it looks really impressive. And now that's the perfect time for any questions or you may have to follow up the presentation at all. And also, we're still open on Twitch, so you can ask any questions you may have to the team on Twitch. Or that's your turn with questions.
Sorry, I think I lost. Sorry, for me to ask questions or?
Yeah. I'm waiting for Or to connect with us and ask any questions he may have to the project.
Ah, okay, perfect.
Before that, we should say that the project is really impressive. Yeah, Or you're with us.
Yes, just a second. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can.
Also, really quickly, my team is on the call, which
Yes. So, can you hear me?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. So first of all, great app, great to see it. My first question would be like, who would be the main persona that you see for your app?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the main persona we see for our app is definitely marketing or UX designer or anyone that really their job involves of extracting information from either whether you want to validate a product or anything you want to validate really, or you want to directly be able to connect with a customer or a user or gather feedback, which generally tends to fall either your product manager, product marketing manager, or UX designer. But definitely anyone who's involved of extracting or understanding value and having to get that information from an outside source.
Sounds good. Definitely sounds interesting for me as a product manager.
I'm glad.
The second question from us would be like, what are your plans for releasing this app to our marketplace?
So the plans right now unfortunately, so the product manager is in the other call, and I thought we worked out that maybe she would be in here as well to answer other questions. But as far as I know, that we're definitely looking into this app to see what the future is to release in the marketplace. It's definitely an option. But again, as I said, this app is about validating, so we obviously have to validate our app as well to see, maybe if there's another feature that we can add in or, more growth before we actually go to the marketplace. But it's definitely a consideration, yes.
So we want to see it sooner than later, but thank you for the response.
I do have one last question from the chat itself. So basically, is it correct that you built this app in 2 hackathon days?
That would be, I think it took a little bit longer, but that would be a question for the developers that are actually, as again, are in the other call as well. But I want to say that they are quite new to Monday. So the fact that they've been only learning it for the past couple weeks or months, they're quite new to our team. Yeah, they did build it in the short amount of time that we were given once knowing our idea in those 3 to 4 days. But it's very impressive that they were able to get a handle of it in the short amount of time. Yeah, because they're actually new to Monday compared to the other developers we have in our team, and they did an amazing job. I think it worked very well for what we were able to do. But yes, short amount of time that was definitely created by them.
Well, follow-up question is, was the idea created during the hackathon or you had it in mind before? So, and you come to the hackathon already with idea?
So it was created around the time of the hackathon. Yeah, maybe like the night before, the day of. We had the name and everything. The concept was created during, yes, around that time. But maybe like a day before we were really preparing and getting ready to kind of focus. But the majority of the work and figuring out the concept and how to present it and everything was for sure the days of the hackathon. Yes.
Thanks a lot. And we have to move on to the next team since we are a bit run out of time. Thanks a lot for the presentation. And I'm sure that you can get more feedback from judges after the stream. But let's move on to the next team. And team number 2 would be board assistants. And we have our team here who will be presenting. Go ahead with sharing your screen and let's take a look on your project.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
It's great to be here. Such a pleasure. So what we created is a special kind of application for managing boards. So basically, imagine you have a board that is extremely complex. You can't really see anything because it's a bunch of data on top of data, multiple complex relationship between different structures. It's very hard to understand. Like you know that boards can become extremely enormous and absolutely unreadable. So that's what we try to tackle with our application. So this is a board. It's a tiny board just to show what our application can do in comparison to what we actually want to target it, like enormous boards. So this is board assistant. It's fetching the board. So what it does is that it has the context of the entire board and can analyze it in the best, and you can talk with your board. Imagine you can ask it, like, give me insights. Like you have a board, let's ask it, give some insights about that particular board. It's thinking, oh, okay, so it says that there are some similar tasks that could be grouped together. So because it has context, we can ask it, what do you mean? Elaborate, please, on what do you mean by group together? Okay, and it explains that there are some things that you can combine for simplicity's sake. But this is not all that we created for our project. There is also for boards, in addition to the board, the static image of your board, you also have an activity. Activity is basically a history of your board. So here we have what was done with that board in like 5 hours ago, 7 days ago, what was done. We also added the ability for our board assistant to interact with that. So after it fetched the board, you can switch to the board activity, so the board history basically, and ask it any question you want. So how many activities were recorded by me, basically? Let it think. So it thinks there are 9 activities. Yeah. Let's ask it what is the oldest activity made by that particular person. Yeah, the oldest activity date was. And here we can ask it what was the actual activity. It seems simple, but there are many other things that you can do with that. we connected with GPT 3.5, and basically anything that you can ask GPT, you can ask here. In addition, of course, to the context, because it knows everything about your board, it knows everything what you do, and that's what the power we are trying to give it. And we also can work with board updates. What do I mean by board updates? For example, any particular board has conversations. You can have millions and billions of conversations. Different people update everyone about what they did, what they're planning to do. You can also interact with that. So open board assistant, go to the update section. Now it has all the context of all the messages that were ever sent in that board. Ask it what was the update, what was the first update, and it's going to give you, because it has that information. But it seems like, wait, why I'm asking the question about what is the of the first item? It's too simple. It seems like I can get that information myself, right? Well, not exactly. Of course, you can get that information, but it can do more, much more. So, for example, we have this epic backlog. Uh, when I first saw it, I actually I thought that what does it mean, epic? And what I decided to do, let's just ask it. What does it mean? What is epic? What does epic means in project management? It's going to explain you what is that. Oh, the reason behind calling it epic backlog is because it's a collection, a collection of not prioritized scheduled tasks. So basically, the logic epics are large, high-level pieces of work that typically span multiple sprints or quarters. So this is the insight that I was able to get by just asking that question. The idea is that you can ask any question in regarding to your board and get personalized response with the data you already have. We created it so it has we're using vector databases to make sure that all the context is saved and provided as information for our board assistant. This is basically what we do and what we did for this particular hackathon. In the future, we are planning to, first of all, make sure that increase its ability to increase the amount of context that we are providing, increase the data communication. What I mean by that is that we have in our project we have sprints, bug queue, retrospectives, all that. It could be provided as information to our board assistant, so it knows everything about your particular project, so it can help you even better. And also during the hackathon, we created an agent. It is for now just an experimental feature. Agent is basically a way to get even better insight. We are asking GPT to ask questions to itself. So it is a recurring loop that asks itself multiple times. This way, we are getting exceptionally great results. But right now, it is unstable. So that's why we decided to keep it. But not going to show it because it's too unstable. Board if it's too unstable. Yeah, this is basically what we were able to create in 3 days. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Artem.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Thanks a lot for the presentation, and we are moving on to the questions to don't take time. So we have time around for 2 questions. And yeah, let's go first maybe with Or, and then I will move on to the questions from the chat.
Sure. So first of all, very impressive app. Really kudos. We were super curious. I would ask, knowing Monday customers, they are working with much larger boards. We are curious how you plan to deal with the scale of our customers with large boards, a lot of items, a lot of ideas.
So we know that in the future update of Monday.com, the information that will be provided, the API will be split to pages. So right now, we can just ask it, okay, give me all the information about the board. And it can be slow, especially for the large boards. But in the future update of Monday.com API, it's going to be paged. So you can ask for one page, second page, third page. So as soon as this update will hit, we will instantly implement it and make sure that we're fetching our information just by pages. So the person don't need to wait. We will load it in the background. This is the first thing. And second thing, we are planning to have some kind a context that already preloaded information and keep only the changing, keep only what it changed and reload that page again. So if nothing changed, we don't need to reload. This is our plans, and this is how we want to tackle these issues large boards in the future.
Sounds good.
Thanks a
Like I
lot.
have many follow-up questions, but I will keep
Go
them
ahead.
for.
I guess you can go ahead with one more, yeah, and then I'll have the last one.
Perfect. So about the agents that you mentioned, curious to see like why you find it more efficient. Like it wasn't so clear for us.
Oh, it's not efficient. It's sorry. It gives more accurate result because we are asking we asking it multiple times questions. So basically, it generates questions for itself and asking it multiple times the same different questions, thus making the result much better. Right now, it is unstable, but yeah. Yes.
Gotcha. How do you like when users will use it? Like, or this is gonna be the default option for them?
So because usage of agents are requires more time to wait for the response, um, we will in the explanation we will explain that you can select like in GPT, you can select GPT 3.5 and you can select GPT-4. GPT-4 is slower a little bit, but you can select it if you want a better answers, more logic in your answers. We will give this selection to our users. Yeah.
Okay, let me really briefly go with the last one, and we will move to the next team. You said that app is supporting huge boards. What kind of data context is sent to AI?
So what we do, we send the information of the entire board. Everything is there. Absolutely everything. Everything you can see on the, if I share my screen again, everything
Let's
that you
go
can
there. Okay.
see, yeah,
Okay.
everything you see on this board, it's sent to the AI. All of that is context. Any question about any topics will work.
Okay. That's fine so far. Okay, I guess that's enough for the presentation. We heard a lot, and I hope that if we'll have any more questions, we can then connect with you directly. And we have to move to the third team called Dog Builder AI, which is also a really impressive app that it's worth to take a look. Sneer, go ahead with the presentation.
Yeah, hello guys, and thank you for the hackathon. It was really a great experience for all of us. All right, so let me start with some background. So I come from the agency space where I had to deal with a lot of projects coming in, sending proposals, creating business docs. And I noticed that every time that I get down and actually about to write a doc, it takes me a lot of time. Even though I know all of the information, it's hard for me to formulate it and put it into a doc. Sometimes I have some interesting project ideas that I can't really put out. So what we did is to build an AI bot that basically interviews you and builds the document that you need to build for you. So let me show you how it works. You basically open the AI assistants and then you open Dog Builder AI.
Oh, we do
And
see the Discord screen. Maybe you can change
oh,
just what you're sharing.
all right, let me see 1 second. Okay, see now the Monday doc?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So the flow of the app is pretty simple. Let me start from scratch. You go to the AI assistant and open Doc Builder AI. It already starts with a question that will drive the writing process. So we decided to start with project managers because they write a lot of project briefs and they have a lot of uses for this app. So it starts by asking you, tell me about your project. So let's say I want, I want to build an AI app for Monday hackathon. And now the AI will ask me more questions. That's a great start. Could you please provide more details about the AI app? What specific problem it is intended to solve? So let's say that I don't really know. So a feature that we developed is the suggest feature, that you can actually ask the AI to provide you some information to fill in some parts of the doc for you. So that now it asks me, how about an AI app that can assist users in managing their tasks and schedules more effectively? This app can use machine learning. So let's say that I like this answer. What I can do is simply to add to doc, and then I can continue with the process. So let's say, yes, I like this idea. Now let's talk about your target audience. Who will be your primary users of the AI? And again, I can use the suggest button to basically speed up the process of writing this doc. And then I can simply send everything into the doc and creating a doc way faster than I had to do it myself with some templates that I had before and stuff like this. Now, the original idea was to also help you build your boards and CRMs. We decided to start with the doc feature to basically speed up to ship something at the end of the 3 days because the other features were pretty intensive. But yeah, that's pretty much the app. Let's assume that you don't want to really talk about the target audience, and another feature that we developed is to simply skip to the next question. And then they can ask you, instead of the target audience, the bot can ask you what key features would you like your app to have. And then you can start talking about, again, you can just give it some basic information and then just use the suggest button to speed up the entire process of writing a doc. So yeah, that's pretty much the app. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask me now.
We definitely do have. Or do you want to go first? Or I already also have a question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
I'm here. So first of all, super slick UX here, well done. Uh,
Thank you.
my first question would be like you showed us how you add tags to your doc. I'm interested, like, when I'm using docs, I'm using tables, I'm using graphs, I'm using pictures. So would your doc builder be able to add those components to the doc?
Absolutely. First of all, we want to start after testing and giving to some users. We realized that a lot of users want to see what kind of outline the doc is going to have. So the first change we're going to implement is start by providing you some sort of an outline so you can understand what blocks will your doc have. And then you can approve it or disapprove it, and then you start working on an outline before you even start writing things directly. Based on that, you can also ask the bot to create tables for you, tasks list, mention people. This is again was the first version that we wanted to ship, but of course there are a lot of improvements that we're planning for this app.
Cool. Thank you very much. Next question would be like, how was it in Tel Aviv? How was your experience in Tel Aviv?
Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it. First of all, you have amazing offices. I was really impressed. Yeah, I thought maybe I should become a Monday employee, but yeah, I really enjoyed it, and everyone was so helpful. The developers were there, product managers, UI designers, UX. So it was really we learned a lot from this hackathon, and we really look forward to have another one if you're planning this anytime soon.
Definitely plan and really looking forward to see your app in Marketplace. I will use it personally. Well done.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I have one more question regarding the main use cases you consider here. And they just saw that it can be used for some legal documents, or the app is not ready enough to be used for this use case.
Yeah, I guess for legal, I'm not sure if anything is already 100% qualified to be a legal assistant for you, but you can kind of start with the draft and then give it to a lawyer or someone who can really take a look and see what needs to be changed. We also plan to have some sort of a context or to be able to build the doc based on let's say you upload a user persona, and then you can build some sort of a product or a project for that. So we plan to have some more features. Again, we're very enthusiastic about this, but we start with something with a test that we can really solve for now, and then we will see what the future will have for us.
That's perfect. Thanks a lot. And we also want to be a user of your app so much, especially for any planning or marketing materials that would be extremely useful. Let me then move back to the next team. Next team will be Sentiment Sense. Okay, let me know if you are here and are ready to present. And we are ready to pull you to the stage. Hello.
Okay, thank you. Hello. Let me share my screen.
Sure.
Hello again. This is Önder Özcan from AppFire. So as a team, we created sentiment sense analysis for providing sentiment analysis and also suggested actions, tangible suggested actions. On top of that, we extended that capability by providing performance assessment report by utilizing sentiment analysis score as well as the updates and the conversations within that project. So in order to showcase that capability, we have a sample support desk project in here. As you can see, we are providing support services for our external customers. And in this case, we have 3 different applications, 3 different projects, okay? For example, we have our application owner, review date, review by, and the actual review, support person who is assigned for this task, and of course the usual statuses. Is it in progress, done, or stuck? So imagine I'm a support desk manager, and I'm interested in how I'm doing. What about my customer happiness? What about their assessment, their sentiment towards my services? So in order to automate this process, we created AI-powered sentiment analysis. So all I'm going to do, I'm hitting that menu over here. So I need to choose which group or which applications I'm interested in. Let's say in this case, time tracking application. Then I need to choose the column which contains the text, the feedback, or the review that needs to be analyzed. And let's choose the review column as well. So the last piece of information is if those items, those tickets, those tasks contains conversation and updates and the comments, I might add to the conversation as well. Okay, so I'm choosing that one. Let's analyze it. Fingers crossed. I hope the backend system is working. Still it's analyzing. Sorry, we come across with a problem, but let me show you quickly from the previous session. So once you analyze that information, it is quickly populating, the rating, the stars or the hearts to represent the sentiment score. The reason why we, for example, gave the 5 stars or the 5 hearts for this one, and the suggested actions as well. So this is how it works. So once we completed that sentiment analysis, we can progress into the performance assessment as well. So again, similarly, we can choose the application from here. Again, since we have limited times, I'm just quickly showing you the capability. I need to choose which projects I'm interested in and which application and which person. Then all I need to do is hitting the generate button over here. So once we do that, the AI-powered functionality creating the performance report. So basically, what is the name of the support agent, the evaluation date, strength and the weaknesses of that particular person, and most importantly, summary of that person's assessment. And not only we are providing those information, on top of that, we can create beautiful dashboards by utilizing existing monday.com capabilities. Let me show you quickly. So for example, this is the happiness overview dashboard for this particular project. For example, 62% of our customers getting the 5 stars treatment, and only 12% of getting the 1 star, let's say, treatment. Our overall happiness score is 3.8, which is really important KPIs. It is related to CSAT or the MPS, if you like. And we can delve into individual applications as well, the time tracking, integration, or the QA application. And on top of that, we can understand what is the team workload distribution. And we have other nuggets of information over here as well. We can analyze the project progress by utilizing this amazing dashboard provided by Monday.com. For example, how many issues not started, which one of them gets stuck. If we click that one, we can understand which items get stuck and what was the, for example, ratings. Not surprisingly, here we have just one rating here. So we can analyze, the latest status, who is responsible for the ticket as well. So quickly, we have reviews per application as well, so that we can understand the trends within that project. And the last piece of information is, in this particular example, we have a performance review deadline, and we can utilize existing countdown to energize everybody within that team so that we can complete our assessment timely manner. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Thanks a lot for the presentation. Looks really awesome. Or do you want to go first?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And it was really also great to meet you in person in London. So our first question would be like, how did you come up with this idea?
Thanks for the question. And I have to tell you that as a team we really enjoyed the London office and the hackathon as well. It was really beneficial, and we learned a lot from you guys. Again, thank you for this opportunity. So basically, we wanted to create something useful in the context of support services. So maybe I can explain one particular concept within the ITSM world, which is watermelon SLA effect. So which means based on your SLA indicator, everything could be seen as green. I'm keeping my promises, I'm delivering my services, but maybe the customer happiness, maybe their sentiment is red, just like inside of the watermelon, right? So we wanted to create something tangible so that we can create the automated sentiment analysis to provide Monday.com users. So basically you can argue that you can make it manual analysis as well, right? But it requires dedicated resources, it is not scalable, and it is not efficient enough. So we wanted to solve that problem, as well as for example, you can invest into other sentiment analysis products or services, but they have no integration with the Monday.com platform. So we wanted to create something built in within the Monday.com platform so that we can avoid the context switching. By doing that, we can increase the productivity as well. I hope it answers your question.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much. My next question would be like, when is this great app gonna be in our marketplace?
That's the million-dollar question. Okay, so we're really excited about this opportunity, but of course, as we discussed with you and the Monday.com team during the London hackathon, we need to iron out, a couple of things, namely, the security, data privacy around that open AI usage. But all I can say is that, watch the space, stay tuned. We are going to update you on this one.
Thank you very much.
It's great to hear. That's impressive. Thanks a lot for the presentation. And let's move on to the next team. So we have AI Action team, and we have Anatoly who is going to present. Hey, happy to have you on the stream. Let me know once you're able to share the screen. Perfect.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, awesome. So this is Anatoly and AI Actions app. AI Actions allows you to boost workOS with AI-powered workflows, automate tasks from email sorting to content creation to propel business growth. So basically, if you are an e-commerce retailer or SaaS startup team, actions can help you and give measurable improvements for your workflow. So let's see it in action. Here you can see an monday.com board that is used for HR and recruitment. And in the initial message column, application letter contains, and we want to create a summary to be able to quickly navigate through those applications. So let's use the first part of AI actions. It's called assistant. And here we can simply select the group source column. In this case, it's initial message, and the target column is summary, and write prompt. So we want to summarize the following text in 5 words. And that's it. Now we have summaries for those applications. But the problem is that this is like an active working board, and new applications are going to appear. And now we can clearly see that there is a bottleneck that's related to manual work. And fortunately, we can solve it with the second part of AI actions. We will create a workflow that is going to be triggered time a new item appear on this board. So it's simple as that. So when an item is created, use AI to, we want to summarize, but there are another options to summarize from initial message to summary. And we will use the 5 words option. The workflow is created. And now for new applications, we will be able to get a summary instantaneously. So this is one of the cases for AI actions. And we can see another case too. So for example, we have e-commerce reviews from Amazon Marketplace, for example. And we want to make a sentiment analysis and get actions and get plans for our actions to get better reviews. So I will enable predefined workflows for this case. And for new reviews that is going to appear in our board, we will get the sentiment analysis and actions that we can take to improve our product. So that's it. Thank you for attention.
Awesome. Thank you for the presentation. I had a question just to follow up the presentation. So what exactly you have except of summarize? Just to have a list. So summarize and then sentiment analysis. What else?
Yeah, so basically in upcoming releases, I will provide templates, library, and ability to manage the prompts in it. But it already has some predefined prompts like improve writing, fix spelling and grammar, write response for email, make text shorter or longer, change tone, and so on. So the idea is that it's highly customizable and can be used for multiple business cases like customer support, project management, sales and marketing, content creation, HR and recruitment, and so on.
Perfect. Thanks for answer. Or now I'm leaving stage 2.
Yeah, thank you. So first of all, really thank you, Anatoly, and we were impressed by your app. We really like the addition of using the workflows. We believe that it will really help the users to get it the value much faster. My first question would be like, which LLM are you using under the hood?
It's a great question. So currently I'm using OpenAI GPT 3 and 5. Uh, Later, I want to implement support for more models and allow users to choose the model because it can affect quality, it can affect the cost, and some models can be better in some cases. And another thing that I'm considering is that like privacy. So maybe some companies will want to make their data private, and I will provide a way to like be able to connect their personal like the LLM in their infrastructure.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Second question would be like, what would be the next killer feature that you see in your app, feature that users will love?
Yeah. So I want to make sure that my application is simple to use and at the same time is highly customizable. So the first task in the roadmap is to create a template library and manager. So it will be shipped with a lot of good prompts. And another thing is um, making sure that blocks, like workflow blocks, can be used in a lot of different applications, like be triggered by email received and so on. So like issue created on GitLab or GitHub and can be reused in other integrations on Monday.com.
Sounds super interesting. Looking forward to use your app in Marketplace.
Thank you.
Same here. That's great to see your presentation today. Let's move on to the last team, and we are really looking forward to hear the results today. So let's not take too much time. Chat Dog, welcome to the stage. Ethan, are you here with us, ready to present?
I am, yes, hello. Let me go ahead
Hi.
and share my screen. All right, can you see my screen?
It's loading so far. Yeah, we can go.
Great. Hello, everyone. My name is Eitan, and the first time I really ever encountered Monday.com was during the Monday.com hackathon. And Monday.com is an amazing tool to use, and the only thing stopping it from taking over the world is simply learning how to use it. So with that in mind, my team, we built ChatDoc, a Monday.com expert in the palm of your hand. ChatDoc is a chatbot that has been trained on the documentation of Monday.com, as well as numerous community boards that have been posted about the platform. We incorporate all this to make it easier for first-time users to go ahead and use Monday.com so more people can build with it. So this gives us numerous features which are going to help improve the user experience. The first one is better search. Our friend Corey says, are Monday docs death? How can it be that the docs cannot be searched and give a direct answer? He's complaining that he's had a frustrating time using the current search features from Monday.com's documentation. Currently searching what is a board on Monday.com's documentation gives you 3 different links, no real answer. Meanwhile, if you use ChatDoc and ask what is a board, it will respond that a board is a virtual whiteboard. It gives a clear, concise answer that directly responds to the user's query. On top of that, this gives faster responses. So Brett from Monday.com never responded. So I don't know if anything ever became of it or if they have any interest in fixing it. Notion is becoming attractive. Darren is a customer of Monday.com and is very frustrated by the fact that when he has a question and posts it on the community board, he does not get an answer right away. and may even consider leaving the platform. ChatDoc fixes this. If a user is curious about how to use some certain functions or features, they can simply ask ChatDoc, how do I add a board? You can see the response is to add a new board, click on the blue plus add button at the top left of your screen. This makes it so that users no longer need to wait for a response given by others, but instead can immediately interact and consult with the Monday.com documentation. Moreover, this makes it easier for first-time users. We can go ahead and see here that Bennett says, as a first-time user, I struggle to move from the dreamy, easy flow Monday presents in their documentation to the actual real-world brain twister of how to get my art company on this software. Bennett struggles from taking his product, his company, and turning it into something that can actually interact with a Monday.com platform. Well, ChatDoc fixes this as well. You can ask, I'm an art collector. How can I use Monday.com to organize my finances and art showings? It gives a whole big response, and part of it says, you can create custom boards to track expenses, invoices, and payments, as well as boards to manage the logistics of art showings, such as scheduling, guest lists, and artwork inventory. ChatDoc is able to personally customize a response and show how the Monday.com platform can be used by everyone for everyone's needs. So now we're going to go through a bit of a live demo, because it's one thing to see screenshots here of how Monday.com allows for better search, faster responses, and easier use for first-time users. But let's imagine we're actually dealing with a board of ours, and we have an AI assistant over here. This is ChatDoc. And we want to go ahead and ask a couple questions. We're first-time users and don't really know what to do. Maybe we've heard these things called views. So you can ask, can you tell me what a view is? And we get a response. A view is a way to analyze or import on data in Monday.com. Cool. You might as well say, oh, I've heard this thing called a timeline view, but I don't really know what it is. You can ask, what is the timeline view? It says here that timeline view is a simplified way to view the items in a timeline. Maybe for our art collector friend, this would be great to schedule how he's going to deliver his artwork. So we want to install the timeline view, but we don't know how. So you can say, how can I add the timeline view to my board? Over here. To add the timeline view to your board, click the plus sign to the right of your last column and select timeline. Awesome. So if we click out of this for a second, click the plus, you see, oh my god, timeline is right here. I can start to add things. The main benefit of something like ChatDoc is that it makes it incredibly easier for first-time users to get acquainted with the platform. It makes it so you can have better search experiences, get responses right away, and it really familiarizes you with the platform. This is fundamentally important because not being familiar with the platform is one of the major deterrents that prevent users from fully adopting Monday.com into their platform. For this reason, we hope that ChatDoc will be able to revolutionize the future for Monday.com, bring in more and more users, and make the platform easier to use. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, and the presentation is impressive. And I must admit that you made a really good customer research and research on the Monday.com usage before starting building an app. That's really awesome. So did you make it right at the time of the hackathon, or you prepared it before?
Great question. My teammate and I actually came up with this idea during the hackathon. We were trying to figure out how Monday.com worked so we can create a great product for it. And then we found it very hard to figure out how it worked. And we're like, oh, it's so hard to build something to help out with Monday.com because we don't know how it works. But then we're like, oh, let's just build something to explain better how it actually works.
Thank you. Okay. Or do you want to go?
Yes, so first of all, great presentation and great app, Ethan. How do you plan to keep up your data or your app up to date with the changes in our documentation and in our community?
That is a great question. The way that we interact with a lot of this information is by storing it in a vector database, specifically Pinecone. Pinecone has some very nice features, one of which is that you're able to constantly update the information that you're storing there. So I can imagine we do something where, I don't know, every week or so, or every day if we want to, we can go and rescrape all the documentation because it's not too much data. And we could simply then go and create new embeddings for it to figure out which parts of the documents have changed and keep it up to date like that.
Okay. Or do you have any more questions, or you're fine with this?
No, we are good. Thank you.
I also have some information about how you can keep the data reliable, but I guess it's pretty much connected. And the question is it possible to automate this process? I'm not sure that you answered it.
It should be able to. If you would want to code something to say, hey, every day at midnight, go ahead and see if there are any differences in documentation. If the documentation internally is like in some like GitHub repo, you can even see if there are changes there, and just look like the Git differences and do things like that to find out what's different, and then just re-embed those things. So we can
All
do that
right.
automatically.
Thank you for answering. Okay, I guess we answered all the questions, and now that's perfect time to announce a brief break. Hey Vlad, happy to have you today on the stream as well. I know that Vlad was all the time on the background listening to the presentations. Hey, oh, we have a huge team here.
Yes.
Perfect to have you all here. Okay, guys, now we need to move for, let's say, 5 minutes. I don't think it will take more. A brief session with judges to discuss the final result of the hackathon. Please be in this channel, stay and wait for us. And for the people on the stream, we are making a quick break, and after this, we'll be back. So 5 minutes, and you will know who will be the winner of the hackathon itself. So see you there. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back, and we are ready for his winner announcement. We have a presentation prepared here, and there is hidden names of the winners on each specific category. And I will be happy now to give the World Awards to judges to announce who will be the winner on each category. And I need to remind that we have London Tele and Online as a placement. We have a second place in the grand prize, and also we'll have one more extra mentor's choice. That will be extremely excited. So let's figure out who will win the prizes for this hackathon. Or I'm ready to give the word back to you, and let's check who we want to announce first.
Thank you very much. Super excited to share with you the results on behalf of the judges. As we said before, they had really a difficult choice between all of you. We were all amazing. And really, yeah, it's time to announce the winners. So let's start with the best app in London. And I had the honor to be there in person and to announce my friend Sentiment Sense AI by Appfire. But Appfire is our winners from London. Well done, guys.
And moving
Congratulations.
moving on to the winners in Tel Aviv, the prize goes to Dog Builder AI by Alive Digital. Congrats to Sneer and the team.
All right, thank you guys.
Amazing work.
Congratulations, guys. Amazing product.
Thank you.
Thank you. And moving forward to the best app online or virtual that we are calling, and the prize goes to AI Actions by Anatoly. So congratulations,
Thank
amazing.
you.
We're really amazed on how you close the loop, and also in addition to AI assistant build a recipe that is updating things in the background. A really well crafted, amazing application, and we cannot wait to see it in the marketplace.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we're proceeding now to one of the special prizes, which is the mentor's favorite, which goes to ChatDoc by Tuesday. Congrats, super amazing. Really love what you did.
And now for the second place. I'm sure you're all excited and we are a bit afraid that it's almost over. But the second place goes to Amazing Board Assistant by Israel CA. Well done, guys. We were super impressed and super afraid of this app in the same time. Really wait to ask our boards different questions and see how it's work.
Yeah, I just want to add that in this case, I had the pleasure to work with this team and being together in Tel Aviv side. And I remember, like, when we just started to discuss this application, I said it's like, if you will be able to build this, it will be my dream. My dream will come true. And guys, your dream is coming true as well. Great job.
Wait to see
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure working for Monday.com and participating in Monday.com hackathon. Thank you.
Great, and we're waiting for you in the marketplace as well. And we are moving to the last part. Unfortunately, this event is coming to the end, but on the very, very high note, the grand prize goes to AI Smartphone by Adaptavist. Really amazing application. Our judges were blown, their mind was blown, and like they were start thinking, okay, and now like this creating the responses, I can connect it to Gmail integration, and automatically it's sent to my customers. I can fully automate my forms process and incoming responses process. Amazing craft of the application. We really enjoy these small tips, what this feature will do, and I really believe it has a huge future, and it's really opening the mind how you can use AI for optimizing and automating things in our day-to-day. And I really think that it's just the beginning, and our partnership with Adaptavist is very strong, and this application will make it even better. So great, guys, and waiting for you in the marketplace.
Yeah, well done, Miriam and the team. You were a really great team, and we just shared with people about this app, and it just asked when can we use it. So now with the grand prize, you know, there have high expectations, so
No
make
pressure, right?
pressure at all.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. A lot of kind words. It was really fun to participate, and I think it's a product that we did because we need something like that. So we really believed in it. So we really we are really happy that you liked it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Thank you.
welcome, and I think just it's time to give it in the gong.
Yeah, as we always do in ceremonies.
We hope you heard it.
Yeah,
We did.
so really just, you know,
Loud and clear.
before finishing from our end, it's really important for us to give some special thanks for people that worked super hard on this hackathon for months to organize these amazing events. So first of all, really, I want to thank to Monday's mentors, to my friends here, developers, product managers, designers, you know, in different sites, in different locations, support virtually. You were amazing. You were really a great part of this successful and amazing app. So really want to thank you. Vlad, you want to add?
Yeah, and I want to thank you all for helping us with this hackathon and building amazing, product vision for the AI assistant. And I just cannot think how we could manage this without you and without all these great people who helped us with this event.
Yeah, thank you very much. And last but really not least, to organize such an event requires so much effort from different people, and we also partner, as you know, with our friends from LabLab and our amazing Golesia that made all the online lives super amazing. To Alex, my friend, that made it happen. Ina and Natalie that made these events on site and virtual live. Really appreciate and really kudos, and it was amazing to work with all of you. And until the next hackathon, we are already started to think about it. So stay tuned. Back to you,
Yeah,
Alessia.
thanks a lot for joining us and partnering with LabLab for Monday.com hackathon. It was really amazing for us to see how people are excited and building something that really can be implemented tomorrow on our workspace and can impact so much on our day-to-day tasks and life. Thanks a lot for joining us, and we really hope it is not the last hackathon with Monday.com. We don't make any announcements so far, but we really hope to have more on laptop.ai. Okay, guys, that's time to finish up the stream. And I just need to remind that everybody that were building an apps over this hackathon still have ability to join Monday Apps Marketplace. Maybe, or I can give back word to you, and you can say what's the next step for teams that wants to apply for Monday App Marketplace.
Sure. So we have resources on how to submit our app to the marketplace. We have some developers that already did it before, but in general, there is some review process where we ensure that the app is in good quality, good security, and fit for our users. We will test it, of course, in the review process. After review process, your app will be approved and will be part of the new category of AI apps that we are going to launch in the marketplace. As I mentioned before, those apps are going to be promoted a lot, believe me. And once they will be in the marketplace, users will be able to use them, to buy them, and then use them in the AI assistant as you built and planned.
Also, during the hackathon, we had a session by amazing Ronit from our partnership success team, where she presented the whole process of how we review application and what you need to be ready for. So I think we should have the recording, right, Alessia?
Yeah, we do have it on our YouTube, of course. You can check it out, and you will have all the necessary information there. Correct.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot. And it's a really the best way to launch your idea into the marketplace because you already have full support and you already have a database of users that can use your app. So guys, don't lose this chance. And thanks a lot for joining the hackathon. Looking forward to see you on the next lablab.com.ai events and also to see you on Monday as a users of Monday.com. Thanks a lot. Take care and see you in the next hackathons.
Thank you.
You guys, great.
Monday.ai.